got to apologize. I meant to practice for the speech. I didn't quite find time, so just bear with me here. The art of getting stoked. I don't need those. This speech is about getting stoked. So everyone, stand up. Toastmasters. Welcome Toastmasters, welcome guests. We're going to do a little impersonation. I want everyone to do their best impression of the Kung Fu master delivering a death blow. It goes a little something like this. It's called a kiai in karate. And if it's done properly and with enthusiasm, it can focus enough energy that you actually feel it in your gut. It goes a little something like this. It's great. So everyone, conjure up your inner Bruce Lee, and please don't hit your neighbor on this. Have fun. So. Nice, thank you. You can sit down. My goal tonight is to get every one of you absolutely stoked. I'm going to define the word stoked. I'm going to explain the benefits of getting stoked, and then we're going to learn real ways from each other to actually get stoked. So is everybody ready to get stoked?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Well, Urban Dictionary says that to be stoked is to be completely and intensely enthusiastic, exhilarated, and excited about something. It's to be in a state of happiness, anticipation, pride, and optimism. When you're stoked, you know it. You're in the zone, your element, and you feel the chi. It's so righteous that when you're stoked, you don't ever have to say you're sorry. Can you be too stoked? Absolutely not. That just means you're not stoked enough. So, what are the benefits of being stoked? Well, the famous psychologist Dr. Maslow came up with a hierarchy of 5 basic human needs that we all seek to satisfy in order to be happy. In order of importance, they are physiological, safety, belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. Being stoked satisfies them all. Let me explain. Physiological, that's oxygen, food, and water. That's the fuel that gives us energy to live. But being stoked fuels the fire in our souls. And when you're stoked, there is nothing you don't have the power to do. For instance, that's what I'm talking about. Moving on. Safety. When you're stoked, there's absolutely nothing you can't do, and you feel like no one can hurt you. You realize that you are the master of your own destiny. So being stoked is not about the absence of problems. It's about the ability to deal with them. Belonging. Stoked people tend to have lots of friends because we are naturally attracted to happy and excited people. When you're stoked, you can lead an army of awesomeness to destroy the legions of lame. Esteem. Being stoked is all about esteem and feeling great about yourself. When you're stoked, you feel nothing but love. And self-actualization. That is our insatiable quest to do what we were put on this earth to do. The ultimately stoked person is already getting paid to do exactly what they want to do for free. So when you're stoked, like a torpedo, you will be propelled towards your dreams. I believe one of the most effective techniques to get stoked is a concept called yes and. I learned this in New York City studying improvisation. You know, where the comedians perform spontaneously in front of an audience. Yes and is the cornerstone of improvisation. Basically what you're saying is, yes, I accept what you bring to the stage. And here's my contribution. Let's see where we can take this together. In life, I believe this means that we should accept people for who they are, including ourselves. Instead of resisting anything that doesn't perfectly match our ideals, why not find some common ground and build upon that foundation? And instead of getting pissed off when things don't go according to plan, just relax. Go with the flow. I promise you'll have plenty of time to get pissed off later. Words form the thread on which we string our experiences. Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World. Watch our words because they form the world around us. Tony Robbins, a master of transformational vocabulary, says that simply by changing the words we habitually use to describe the feelings of our life, we can instantly change how we think, how we feel, and how we live. So let's take a look at some words we might use throughout the day. Do you say, I failed, or I learned? I can't, or I currently struggle with? I'm stressed, or I'm blessed. Now, it's not the overly negative words that prevent us from being stoked most of the time. It's the emotionally neutral ones. So let's take another look. Do you say, yeah, I'm doing okay, I guess? Or, I'm fantastic! Thanks for asking. Yeah, I guess I'm feeling okay, I'm doing pretty good. Or, I'm dynamite! It's coming back, I promise. And do you say, yeah, I guess I'm pretty smart? Or, I'm freaking Mensa when it comes to this. So think of some words that you use throughout the day that don't quite get you stoked, and see if you can come up with some alternatives that empower you, and use them every chance you get. So one of the easiest ways to get stoked is simply to do the things that we enjoy. So I'm going to share with you my perfect stoke, and then I'm going to ask for yours. Quite simply, it's snowboarding. I get an amazing sense of peace and awareness when I'm immersed in nature, not to mention the freedom I feel when deciding how to ride an unending terrain. Let's be more specific. My perfect day snowboarding is a bluebird sky, not a crowd to be found, and 1.5 feet of fresh powder. That is brand new, untracked, powder soft snow just waiting for me to destroy it with my snowboard. But I'm not done yet. I'm with a good group of great friends, equally stoked to be out there regardless of the conditions or severity of hangover. We ride when it's cloudy because it could be snowing. We ride when it's snowing because it could be raining. And we ride when it's raining because we could be working. That is my perfect stoke. So what do you do simply for the enjoyment of it? What's that one little thing that, even if just for a moment of the day, allows you to forget the chaos of the world? Where time stops and unadulterated fun begins. So shout it out. What gets you stoked? I've got freebies for those who share. Let's hear it.
Reading.
Absolutely.
Riding my bike.
Why not? Absolutely.
Music.
Music. Booyah. All right.
Writing.
Those are all great answers, and you should come up with your own. It doesn't matter what gets you stoked. It's simply the fact that you have something special that you can do each and every time. The goal is to create a ritual that evolves into a habit. So what have we learned today? That being stoked permeates awesomeness throughout all aspects of our lives. That the answer to any question is yes and. That we should use stoked words to describe this amazing world we live in. And that thanks to some of our fellow Toastmasters, there is an endless amount of ways to get properly stoked. So, in closing, I'd like to share with you one of my favorite quotes. I believe Maya Angelou said it best with, you know, people will forget what you said. They'll forget what you did, but they will never forget how stoked you were. Mr. Toastmaster.